Good morning. Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Devo Brown here with you. The Grammys calling her one of the most promising singer-songwriters of her generation. 2025 has set the stage for an electrifying new chapter for Mackenzie Carpenter, from releasing her debut studio album to a number of music festivals set up this summer. Her star is continuing to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Breakfast Television, Mackenzie Carpenter. Let's go.
I'm so happy to be here.
Hey, country queen.
Hey.
What's going on?
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome back to Canada. Welcome back to Toronto.
Thank you.
And welcome to our studios. And that right there, you know, one of the big songs off the album, Hey Country Queen.
Good thing I didn't wear that outfit today.
Do you always have that reaction? Because show them the look on your face when you were watching yourself on camera.
What did I do?
You were just like,
You know, it's like hearing the sound of your own voice, seeing yourself on a screen. You're like, is that really what I look like? Is that what I sound like? You're like, oh, we need to judge.
No, I think people are enjoying what you've been doing.
Well, thank you.
The album just dropped last month, and it is doing so well. Look, I didn't know whether to be, I'm a fan. Her sound is so cool. But then I also got very scared of you when I heard the track Gone Fishing.
Oh, hey, rightfully so. You know, actually, that one's so fun. I feel like I was putting together this album, and I'm like, you know, what am I missing? I feel like it's kind of a rite of passage in country music to have like one of those songs.
It's
like a Goodbye Earl, a Gunpowder and Lead. Like, we need our crazy girl rage anthem. So Gone Fishing, beware. There's some lakes around here.
There's a lot of lakes. That's what's like I'm a little nervous about meeting Mackenzie. 13 songs you co-wrote every track on this. The one that a lot of people knew right away was Dozen Red Flags.
Isn't that a fun one?
That's so fun, right? So talk about this entire album and just kind of really putting out this process.
Yeah, you know, I started writing songs kind of, my dad told me, if you want to be an artist, you want to do the thing, you got to write songs. So just, this is kind of a collection of the last few years of my life, things that I've written about, things that I've gone through, things that other people have, you know, inspired me to write about. And then, you know, we put it all together, and I wanted to call it Hey Country Queen because I wanted to kind of like pay respect to all the country queens that like raised me and made me who I am, and all the country queens I grew up hearing on the radio, and that inspired me to like know that this was a job that I could go and pursue, like a dream that I could actually make reality. And then the country queens I do everyday life with, my best friends that keep me going. So there's a song for everybody.
There really is on that. Who are some of those country queens that you really respect from back in the day, or maybe they're not so far back in the day?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many amazing women in country music right now. Obviously, a good friend of mine is Megan Maroney. We get to write a lot of songs together. She's amazing to get to just like watch and learn from and be a part of. But some of my like inspo that really helped me fall in love with country music was definitely Shania.
Yes,
big
let's
fan.
go, Canada.
Dolly Parton, Miranda Lambert. I mean, there's so many.
There is. You mentioned Megan, and you've been touring with her.
Yeah.
How has this tour been for you? And just your fan base continues to grow. And again, some of these tracks that you put out, people are like, oh, I can relate. I can relate. What's that reaction been like when you've been on the road?
You know, we actually had a great weekend. I just came from, we were in Alabama and then in Georgia, and we were like right outside of my hometown for 2 nights. And so just to get to connect with girls, like you said, Dozen Red Flags is definitely one that I can tell that they feel. Yeah. And then another one that is really connecting is called Only Girl. And I actually wrote it for my husband, and you know, kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's just a really pretty love song. He makes me feel like I'm the only girl in the whole world. And I think if you haven't found that yet, that's something that everybody wants to find, and so people are really connecting to that. They did the whole like lights.
It was nice. I loved watching that.
Along. It was so sweet.
It is sweet because you do want that. You want someone to look at you that way,
yes,
right? That is pretty sweet. I want to ask about 2 relationships.
Ooh.
I'm going to get personal here. Okay, you mentioned Georgia. Hull, Georgia. Tell me the relationship of that place where you were born and that kind of raised you.
Ooh, I mean, Hull, Georgia is a very small town. It's kind of the typical small town drama. Everybody knows everybody's business, and that's honestly, you know, one of my biggest inspirations when I go to write a song. Like, you need good material. You got to be inspired. Somebody literally asked me on my Instagram yesterday, like, you know, tips about songwriting. I'm like, get around people that inspire you and do things that inspire you. And my hometown is a place that has definitely always inspired me. And it's crazy that I haven't lived there for like 8 years. Like, going back this weekend was such a treat because I got to, you know, eat my favorite foods. And there's a place called the Hot Dog Stand that I'm obsessed with. It's literally the tiniest building.
An actual hot dog stand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, you go behind the counter and like pour your own sweet tea, get your own ice out of the fridge. Like, it's the best vibe. And my uncle went and he was like, oh yeah, we were at Mackenzie, the show last night. And so she sent me a hot dog and a T-shirt.
That's
She's like,
amazing.
you gotta get this to her.
The population like 235 or 236 people as of 2023, which is wild
Oh,
for your
you
hometown.
got some
We got some stats. And then the
stats.
second relationship, we got about 30 seconds here in Nashville, because you moved out there when you were 17, right?
Oh, yep.
What's Nashville been like for you?
I love Nashville. It's just another thing, I guess this is my favorite word, inspiring. You know, you get there, it's like the people that are writing, the people that are doing their thing, the fashion, like just the vibes are high in Nashville. If you haven't been, you have to come see a show. I can't recommend Nashville enough, especially if you want to, you know, chase your country music dreams.
That's
like, where else do you go? Where else do you go?
Look, you've been crushing it this year and beyond. I know it's been a lot of work to get to this point. Hey Country Queen is out now, available to stream wherever you go. And across Canada, you're going to be able to see Mackenzie Carpenter July 12th at Country Thunder in Saskatchewan. And then the Boots and Hearts Music Festival, August 8th. I will see you at Boots for sure.
Yay!
Mackenzie Carpenter, everybody. Thank you. Congrats on such a great year so far. So good to see you. We'll be back with more BT after this.
Sounds good.